Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Checks and Balances TV. Today's program is entitled Identity Fraud, How to Protect Yourself from Cyber Criminals. So let's see how today's news may impact your financial future. The FBI released details of an international cybercrime ring bust last week, which resulted in dozens of arrests in 13 countries over 4 continents. The sting, known as Operation Card Shop, was set up to stop criminals from stealing credit or debit card information from the internet and then selling or using that information for fraudulent transactions. It's estimated that the 2-year probe protected over 400,000 potential cybercrime victims and prevented over $205 million in losses. Okay, so what's really going on here? Let's check the facts using our checks and balances process. It's been called the largest coordinated international law enforcement action in history. The target was carding crimes, or the crimes in which the internet is used to collect and misuse stolen credit card and debit card numbers, bank account information, and other personal identification to steal money, goods, or services without the victim's authorization or consent. 11 suspects were arrested in the U.S. during the sting takedown last Tuesday for engaging in this cyber criminal activity. Among those arrested in Operation Card Shop included 2 minors in California and 1 Wisconsin man who is currently serving a prison sentence on state charges. Internationally, 13 individuals were arrested during the sting operation in countries such as the United Kingdom, Bosnia, Bulgaria, Norway, Italy, Germany, and Japan. Officials in Australia, Canada, Denmark, and Macedonia were also involved in a coordinated action with the FBI's takedown last week as well. The FBI says the arrests have caused significant disruption to this underground illegal economy. Defendants in the U.S. are charged with engaging in a variety of online carding offenses, including selling malware that allows for someone to remotely take over and control the operations of an infected victim's computer. If the unsuspecting victim visits a bank website, as an example, the login information could be recorded with the malware and later used to access the victim's bank account. Another defendant used hacking tools to steal internal databases from a bank, hotel, and various online retailers, and then sold the information to other carders for fraudulent use. And another defendant trafficked stolen credit card information and had access to more than 50,000 stolen credit cards when he was arrested. Okay, so now that we've checked the facts, let's balance this news using our checks and balances process to determine what action you should take today. The FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center filtered more than 300,000 internet-related complaints last year, up 3.4% from 2010. The IC3 received and processed, on average, 26,000 complaints per month, with identity theft being one of the most common. The reported total dollars lost for internet crimes in 2011 was nearly $500 million. And those are just the crimes reported to the organization. According to an independent research firm that focuses on the global financial services industry, Javelin Strategy and Research, in a study backed by Wells Fargo along with other notable companies, reported that identity fraud rose by 13% in 2011, equating to more than 11.6 million adults becoming a victim. Why the increase? Well, one reason the study found was that consumer interaction with mobile or social media activities may be putting them at a greater risk of becoming a fraud victim. Users of social media sites such as Facebook, Twitter, and Google+ had the highest incidences of fraud. Despite warnings that social media sites are a great place for fraudsters to collect personal information, users are still sharing a significant amount of personal data which can be used to verify one's identity. In their survey, Javelin found that 68% of people with public social media profiles share their birthday information. 63% shared their high school name, 18% share their phone number, and 12% share their pet's name. All examples of information a company may use to verify a person's identity. And users who regularly check into their social media accounts with GPS-enabled information reported fraud rates of more than double the national average. Okay, so what's the bottom line here? No matter where you live, if you're on the internet, you can become a victim of fraud. In the world of cybercrime, there are no borders or boundaries. And many times there are no warning signs that you're even being targeted until it's too late. The Federal Trade Commission tracks identity fraud as a whole, both on and offline, and found that more than half the time scammers made their initial contact with the victim over the internet. And on average, it takes a victim 33 hours to resolve the identity fraud. The FTC also found that of those fraud victims that reported their age, most were 40 or older. So please remember, anyone can become a victim of identity theft. And while you can't always prevent cybercriminal activity, you can work hard to protect yourself. Stay educated on the latest cyber crimes so that you can avoid them, and don't needlessly advertise your personal information on the web or through your social media profile. And keep a healthy dose of skepticism and doubt. Those are the best defenses to becoming a victim of identity fraud. And now for Matt's weekly financial tip, tool, or technique. No one should fall victim to a cyber criminal. You must protect yourself from internet scammers, identity thieves, and other cyber criminals at all costs, especially in today's economy. If you're on the web, and who isn't these days, arm yourself with these 6 tips so you can protect yourself and your personal information from falling into the wrong hands. Number 1 is don't trust a site or company name that you do not know. When in doubt, check them out. The Federal Trade Commission, the Better Business Bureau's Wise Giving Alliance, and the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center are 3 great resources to check out a company. Number 2 is never give out your personal information over the internet. Secure your personal information with a password and use a secure internet access to do any online banking. And be sure to remove any personal information that can be used to verify your identity from your social media profile pages. Number 3, when shopping online, look for indicators that the site is secure, like a lock icon on the browser status bar or a URL that begins with HTTPS and the S stands for secure. If the site is asking questions, ask yourself why they need that information and how will they perhaps use it. If you're not comfortable with the answers, then don't give out your personal information. Number 4 is never open up an attachment or click on a link from an unrecognized source. This can provide computer hackers access to your information, as well as expose your computer to a malicious virus. Number 5, take control of your financial reputation. Monitor all your accounts and pull your credit report annually for free at www.annualcreditreport.com. Also, set up alarms so that you can detect fraudulent activity immediately. And keep your financial history secure and in good shape at all times. Number 6 is report a problem immediately by calling the bank, company, or institution where the fraud took place. A fast reaction can help you to recoup some or all of your financial loss. Also, be sure to work with banks or credit card companies that have a fraud prevention and recovery service in place in the event you are ever targeted. And while you can't prevent scammers and fraudsters from trying to steal your identity or money, by putting a few checks and balances in place, you can prevent them from actually getting your valuable information and making you one of their victims. Be sure to log on to our website and download our featured report, Financial Freedom Personal Checkup, a free guide for learning how to implement the checks and balances decision-making system so you will always make good financial decisions. And finally, remember that only you can control your financial future. You can succeed. You just need confidence and determination. I'm Matthew J. Reddick from Checks and Balances TV. Until next time, dump debt, invest wisely, believe in yourself, and make it happen.